Hi, I'm Cindy, and today I'm bringing you another writing video. This one is on raising the stakes. Raising the stakes helps to keep the reader glued to your storyline. We write our story hoping to captivate our audience. We always want the reader to know or need to know what is going to happen. They're not going to know everything right away. It will be revealed. But you want to create that need within your reader that there is a desire to know what is going to happen next. We raise the stakes to hold the attention of the reader, causing the reader to actively lean into the story. We want our readers to sit on the edge of their seats in suspense as much as possible, which has a different look in one genre as in another. It looks different in suspense and thriller as it would in romance, but you want your reader to be hooked. We all know that something bad is going to happen in the life of the protagonist, otherwise, there would be no story. There will be choices made by the character that will help drive the story along. Bad things happen to good characters, and good things happen to bad characters. But just as in life, many things happen as a consequence of the choices we make, the things we do, the things we fail to do. One of the things we can do to raise the stakes in our stories is to hold the characters responsible for the events in their lives. It really is cause and effect, is it not? Assuming that the story is about a powerful hero, or even if it's about someone who is adversarial, be prepared to hold the character's feet to the flame, because ultimately the character must be responsible for the things that happen in his or her life, and this will inform your story in deeply fulfilling ways. Some of the choices the characters will make will be easy, everyday little ones, and others will and must be difficult, heart-wrenching, and life-altering. Not all choices are clear-cut with obvious consequences. Many of the best choices to offer your character will be muddy, dangerous, with no clear-cut good option. These are the things that are likely to create the strongest conflict, both internal and external. If possible, try to think of some win-lose scenarios, or better still, a dilemma. The less obvious you make the right choices, the more tension your story will have. In order to keep your reader riveted, a writer must be more than just a little bit cruel to the characters. The original stakes must be set early on in your story. Show the reader what will happen if the character fails to achieve the goal. This needs to be done within the first 50 pages of your story. By this point in the story, the reader should be emotionally invested in the story and in your protagonist's life. Now, the first thing that your character can face, and then increase the difficulty tenfold or more. Each time the character makes headway toward the story goal, pull the rug out from under that character. Let it all fall apart and let the character grow from it. Remember, every story has plot points and pinch points. The plot points give, the pinch points take away. It's a balancing act and a dance. Pinch points create reversals in the story. The first major pinch point, the reversal, most likely occurs about halfway between the first plot point and the midpoint of your story. The second plot point would occur about 60% of the story, and so about halfway between the midpoint and the third plot point. It can also help to raise stakes and increase tension to introduce a bit of misdirection. Use that misdirection to add subtext to deepen the complexity of your story. Things might not be as clear as the character thinks they are, and that adds to the stakes. Things to remember. Always think in terms of what the character wants, needs, and stands to lose. In simplest terms, these are the stakes. You think about the things the character may gain and what the character is risking to that end. You consider Harry Potter. He needs to defend Lord Voldemort, but there are many obstacles in his way. The stakes of the later books are significantly higher than in the first books, yes? So, what does he stand to gain? Well, there's his own freedom. There's the freedom of the wizarding community he's come to love, to say nothing of the protection of the Muggle world, our world, most of which have no clue of the danger represented by Voldemort. The risks? Harry Potter risks his own life, the lives of all that he loves. And those are some very high stakes because he's all in. So now consider, what are the stakes involved in your own story? Okay, so that's all I have for now. And I hope you found that helpful. So for those of you who are writing, I say happy writing and have a great day.